I know what it feels like to be a safety manager. I've been one. I've been there. I've faced the challenges. Oftentimes you're wearing multiple hats. You're being asked to do a lot of different jobs. And it can be a little overwhelming because you're being told to organize inspections and training and keep up with record keeping and written programs. And sometimes you don't feel like you have a system. Well, at Port City Training, what I wanted to do is I wanted to help safety managers create a system at their company that fits their needs, that fits their employees, that fits their industry. So in this video, I want to talk to you about the training system that we've worked out, and this perfect training system works. So let's check it out. Now, I call it the perfect training system because it really is the perfect training system. And the training system includes 3 parts. It includes weekly Toolbox Talks. It includes monthly safety trainings. And it includes monthly manager training. Okay? So 3 things: weekly Toolbox, monthly safety training, monthly manager training. Now, the way this works, the safety toolbox, if you do a safety toolbox talk or safety talk 1 week, 1 day out of the week for 52 weeks, you're going to provide 52 separate trainings. So each month, before the month begins, I send you an email. And in this email, it has a monthly calendar and it has the 4 or 5 safety talks for that month. Safety talks go out on the Monday of that week, and you can provide training every week for your people. Toolbox Talks, I have a whole video that explains how to do Toolbox Talks, but the goal there is to make the talk 5 to 7 minutes. It's a stand-up meeting and you're explaining the training to your people over the course of a real world application. So if we're talking about fire extinguishers, when we're standing up with the crew, we're going to say, hey guys, we got fire extinguishers mounted on the walls. There's a sign over the extinguisher. If you ever see an extinguisher that's blocked, please move the stuff out of the way. Anybody can use an extinguisher. Who here's ever used an extinguisher before? Excellent. Do you remember what you did? Yeah, you pulled it off the wall, you pull the pin, you aim at the base of the fire, you squeeze and you sweep. Pass is the method, and you can use the Toolbox Talk to walk right down what the training is. If you're doing that every week consistently, let's say we have it on the calendar, we do that every Wednesday morning before the shift begins, we talk about that safety talk. If you're doing that 52 weeks a year, you're getting documented training where guys are signing a piece of paper that, yep, we talked about fire extinguishers, yep, we talked about emergency evacuation, yep, we talked about safe lifting practices, and that training counts as realistic, real-world training. It documents training. We talked about fire extinguishers, we talked about back, we talked about whatever the topic is for that week. It's a great way for people to ask questions. It really works. Now, the monthly training goes more in depth. So the monthly training is going to be talking about, it is a 15 to 20 minute video that you stream, and I send you the link once a month. We send you a link that explains, hey, this is the topic for this month. This month we're going to be talking about PPE. So there's a video, 15 to 20 minutes long, professional training video. You stream this to all your employees. You bring them in the conference room, you bring them in the break room, you put it on the big TV. They watch the 15 to 20 minute training video. They sign the roster, they take the quiz, they talk about what's going on. This is a way to provide professional training to all your employees on a monthly basis that goes in depth. So we talked about fire extinguishers, but now we're going to be talking about PPE. Next month, we're going to be talking about lockout, tag out. The month after that, we're going to be talking about machine guarding. That way you're covering stuff every month in depth. It's not difficult. It just becomes part of the routine, Now, the secret sauce in this whole thing is in my training system, we offer a monthly manager training. Now, this isn't for anybody but you. This is for the safety manager. And so I give you a training that you will be able to dive deeper into specific topics. So let's say we're doing PPE. Well, in the training for the manager, we're going to be talking about PPE hazard assessments. It takes you and educates you about hazard assessments so that you understand how to perform a hazard assessment, what's needed, how you can take your company to the next level. There's templates, there's handouts, there's frequently asked questions. This is a great way to improve your education so that you understand the next level up. As a trainer, you need to know more than the people that you're training, right? But you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have a PhD in health and safety. What you need is to just have that one tier above them, and then communication is the most important thing. They don't need to know everything about PPE. What they need to know is what matters to them on their job. And the hazard assessment that the manager training gives you that next layer. And every month you're getting a training. So just to kind of unroll how this looks, let's say you subscribe and you start using the training method in June. Well, in the month of June, you're going to get a manager training. It's going to be about PPE hazard assessments, okay? In the month of July, you get your safety topics and you get your in-depth training of PPE. So the manager's always getting a month ahead of the employees when it comes to training. That way you know, you've studied, you understand what they're going to be given the next month. So when they ask you questions, you have information. This perfect training system works all year round so that by the end of the year, you have 12 in-depth safety trainings that you've done with your managers and with your crew, and you have 52 different weekly Toolbox Talks that you've done. And then in the manager training, you have gone deeper and actually educated yourself and learned. We talk about OSHA requirements, we talk about upcoming standards, we talk about specific things to different industries. It is a great way to grow as a safety manager. If you want more information on this, please check out the link in this video. You can see we have access and more information on the memberships, the monthly memberships, and be glad to help you out any way we can. Before we talk again, do everything you can to keep people safe at your work, because no one should get hurt at work.